Hi everyone, I'm Miss Francis, your science tutor, and today we're going to learn about how the heart pumps blood around the body so you can stay alive. Your heart's job is to keep blood flowing throughout the body. In cartoons, you often see it depicted like this. However, in reality, it actually looks like this. Professor Owl, could you please bring up the picture? It has 4 chambers, 2 top ones, known as the right atrium and the left atrium, and 2 bottom ones, known as the left ventricle and the right ventricle. You know how your house has an entrance where people can come in? Your heart's atria, the top chambers, are like that. They receive blood coming into the heart. On the other hand, your heart's bottom chambers, the ventricles, are the opposite. They perform a squeezing action, known as a contraction, that pumps blood out of the heart and into the rest of the body. When your heart's ventricles contract and release, they create 2 different kinds of pressure. There is systolic pressure, which happens when your ventricles contract or squeeze, and there is diastolic pressure, which happens when your ventricles relax. A good way to remember the difference between systolic and diastolic pressure is to think of the word dilate, which means to open up or become larger. Diastolic pressure, which also begins with the letter D, like dilate, happens after the ventricles have squeezed blood out of the heart, and they relax again, thereby making more space to allow more blood in. Another thing that needs to happen inside the heart for it to work properly is that blood inside the heart flows in the right direction. From atrium to ventricle, or from top chamber to bottom chamber, and never the other way around. This is why your heart has 2 little flaps of muscle, known as heart valves, that only open in one direction. You can think of valves as double doors that only open if pushed from the right direction. When your ventricles, remember, these are your heart's bottom chambers, contract or squeeze, they send blood out on a journey throughout your entire body. Let's take a closer look at what this journey looks like. Professor Owl, can you show us? In step 1, your heart's right atrium receives the blood from the body. This blood is low on oxygen because your body has been taking oxygen from it. In step 2, the right ventricle pumps the low oxygen blood into your lungs, so that in step 3, when the blood is in your lungs, it can get rid of carbon dioxide and get a refill of oxygen. In step 4, the oxygen-rich blood flows back to the heart's left atrium. And in step 5, the left ventricle pumps blood out of the heart and to the rest of your body. In step 6, your body uses the oxygen-rich blood. As the blood loses its oxygen, it flows back to the heart, and the cycle repeats. Let's take a closer look at the part where your heart sends blood into the lungs. The journey of blood from the heart to the lungs and back again is known as pulmonary circulation. The point of pulmonary circulation is to allow the lungs to fill the blood with oxygen and remove a waste product called carbon dioxide. All of this is done to allow oxygen-rich blood to go back to the heart and be pumped into the rest of the body. The oxygen-rich blood is used by all your cells, tissues, and organs. Your body's organs, like your eyes, your brain, your stomach, all take oxygen from the blood and dump their carbon dioxide into it. After the blood is loaded with carbon dioxide, it returns to the heart. You can see the blood as a kind of trash truck that visits all the cells in your body to remove waste products. But how does blood actually move through the body? Blood flows in tubes called blood vessels. You can see blood vessels as the roads a trash truck travels on to reach all the necessary places. But there are two kinds of roads. There are veins. Usually, veins have more carbon dioxide because they're taking blood from the body that has been filled with waste back to the heart. There's one exception though, and this is the pulmonary vein, which is full of oxygen because it comes back from the lungs into the heart. And there are arteries, which carry blood from the heart to the body. Usually, arteries have more oxygen in them. However, there's one exception, and this is the pulmonary artery, which is full of carbon dioxide because it carries blood from the body that still needs to be pumped into the lungs. If we continue to think of blood vessels as roads, there are big ones and there are small ones that lead to difficult to reach places. Your heart has several big ones coming out of it. The big blood vessels will keep branching out into smaller ones. The smallest blood vessels are called capillaries, and they're found throughout your entire body to make sure each and every single one of your cells can get the oxygen that it needs to survive. That's it for today. Thank you for being here with me. I hope this makes your school science learning a bit easier and more fun. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It will help us reach other students just like you so that we can all learn together. And remember, everyone learns differently. For some it's fast, for others slow. But what's for sure is learning makes us grow. So until next time, keep on learning.